Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to me, Phritzy, talking to myself. What is me talking to myself? Well, it's a journal form spoken out loud, posted on YouTube and wherever. The idea is I get kind of in my own way, and I'm trying to figure out how to overcome that, try to gain thicker skin, and so I just post. I post whatever. I have no preconceived ideas of what the video is going to be. There's no edits, so there's a lot of weird awkward pauses and blah 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 blah, but it's just me. So I've started to, I feel like I'm getting on a bit of a roll. This is now, I think, video 15, and funny enough, I made a video last night, and I think I posted it. When did I post it? This morning? Wait, I made 2 videos last night. Anyway, I was super, you're like watching this a year from now and you're like, I don't care, dude, and that's fine. My last couple of videos, I was super sick, and it's funny because I was doing everything that a person should do to be healthy. I felt a little bit soreness in my throat, and I was like, okay, great. Call in sick, great. Sleep all day, great. Drink lots of fluids, awesome. Drink or have a lot of vitamin C, great. Eat a lot of healthy food, awesome. And it just seemed to get worse and worse and worse. I'm like, and I even went to the doctors. I was like, maybe this is a bacterial infection, and they're like, no, it's just a virus, which there is no cure. Great. And so the guy gives me cough syrup, which I didn't have a cough, or like a prescription to cough syrup, and I was like, thanks, and then I just left and didn't get the prescription because I just thought it was stupid and a waste of my money. Anyway, so I go a whole week and I'm feeling still super sick, and the Friday, yesterday, I was like at the worst. I was sneezing the whole time, and I was like blowing my nose. It was just disgusting, and I had to work. I was like, God, I hate this. Anyway, so I say to my roommate in a kind of a half-jokingly manner, I was like, do you think that having alcohol would make me feel better? And she's like, well, I don't know about that, but it'll make you forget it. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. So anyway, I, against my better judgment, bought a 6-pack of beer, and then I drank it all. I feel great today. Like, I don't think, I'm pretty sure that this is not a correct thing. I'm pretty sure it's all just a coincidence. So I'm told by the scientific community or somebody who's a health profession that drinking alcohol is a bad idea when you're sick. But I feel better, like a whole lot better. It just, some point last night, I was making my last video on my 6th beer, just kind of going blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, wow, I feel actually pretty okay. So here I am. I don't recommend it, except for myself. It feels super sick. Drink some beer. Woohoo. Anyway, I guess I don't really have a topic for this video. I'm just kind of shooting off the top of my head. What else happened recently? So I live in Canada, and recently in the news, Justin Trudeau, our prime minister, has gotten himself in a lot of hot water. Now, I have no intention to, I really don't care a whole lot about politics one way or the other, so there's no political agenda behind this. But it's funny because the dude got himself in a lot of trouble because apparently 10, 15 years ago, whenever he had a photo of him wearing blackface or brownface, and I guess there was some other photos of him doing blackface, which is like, okay. And putting that, I guess, aside, why I think about that is our prime minister has created such a persona around himself that he's pristine. He's oftentimes lecturing people about, the right politically correct thing to do, and then a whole bunch of shit gets uncovered. Now, whether you think that stuff is fair and unfair is not the point I'm trying to make. I think about that for myself with these videos is I want to be as authentic to people as physically possible. I want to show up and I want to share all the dirt that I have. I don't want to hide behind something. I want to be as present. I don't want to get to a certain point where I actually achieve some kind of success, all to have it just completely destroyed. You know, I see a lot of celebrities where some dirt gets brought up at some point, or maybe they are having a bad day and so they don't look as wonderful, or they're presenting themselves in a kind of crappy way and they just get defeated. And I'm like, how about I just show you all my garbage first, and then I build up from that garbage. And so that in 10, 20 years from now, if I do achieve anything beyond this, I'll be like, and you're like, here's garbage that Phritzy did, Phil did. I'll be like, yeah, it was in one of my 100 videos or whatever stuff that I'm showing. Here it is. I already talked about it. You know, and to be fair, that's hard because you're taught at an early age to present yourself in a certain way. And it's hard to break that mold. But, you know, you constantly are reading about how people are having anxiety and all these mental health issues. And I can't help but think a lot of it is because people aren't being as authentic as they possibly can. I'm sure there are plenty of other aspects, yes. But I guess I'm speaking mostly for myself, is when I put up a facade, when I put up a face and fake it, there's a part of me that knows I'm lying. There's a part of me that's kind of breaking down inside. You know, I've talked about this in earlier videos where my big passion is to create, it's to present, it's to do acting and that sort of stuff. And I got to a certain point where I felt like it was too hard. There was too many obstacles. I better just get a real job, whatever the fuck a real job means. And I ended up becoming a manager at this decent coffee shop, and I was working really hard. And I put all of my creative stuff in a box. I tried to bury it, actually, and it just ate me up inside. I hated myself. I remember, so here I have blue hair. It doesn't symbolize anything. I do it because I can. I actually have to lose it soon because it's my wife who does it, and she's pregnant, so she can't do it, and it's not exactly cost effective. But anyway, I do it because I look in the mirror and I'm like, hell yeah, that looks awesome. That's me. And anyway, so when I got promoted to manager, I just cut it all off. It was just plain natural hair color, and I was trying to like fit this mold, and everybody, other than a couple people that like the natural look, the more professional look, most people are like, what did you do, Phil? Like, what are you doing to yourself? You don't seem like you are your typical self. You're hiding. And so, you know, I eventually got myself to a bit of a breaking point, and, you know, that's eventually why I ended up quitting, and blah, blah, blah. Here I am again. But it's like, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to actually work on something I really give a shit about, I need to be super transparent. I need to be as real as possible. You know, like my last video, I watched a little bit. I typically watch a little quick clip just to make sure like the audio matches the video. And there was this weird, I don't know, buzzing sound. The audio quality wasn't great. And for these videos in particular, I don't pick specific thumbnails for the video, except for my second one, because I felt like it. I pick the 3 random ones that YouTube just generates from the video. And I kind of half looked at it and I was like, oh, sure, that works. And then I looked at it after it was posted. I was like, ooh, that's a sick, kind of not a great face. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to change that. I'm going to be okay with it. I'm just going to allow that to be out there. Partly because I need to get used to just loving the process. I need to get used to not caring about the end result. I was actually thinking about this. My father-in-law, he has this hobby where he likes to go out kind of into the wilderness, camping and whatnot. But he likes the photography. He likes to take pictures. And I think he started this about 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago. I met him about 4 years ago, and he had some pictures and whatnot. So probably a little bit earlier than that. And they were all, decent photos. They're like nice. But you look at the ones that he's coming out with now, and you're like, wow, they really stand out in a particular way. And you look at his older ones and you just think they're good and there's nothing wrong with them. But then you look at his newer ones and you're like, wow, I can really see the improvement. And he's now like signed his name, which is like, you can tell he's gotten a lot of pride off of it. And so this has been minimum 4 years, probably 5 or even longer, of him consistently going out and taking pictures and posting stuff. Some people might like it, some people might not care, but it doesn't matter. He keeps showing up and keeps doing it. He's not caring about the end result. The end result will happen naturally as it goes, as you just naturally improve with whatever craft or skill you're working on. And that's my idea. It's like, right now, currently, if I look at my subscriber count, I have 64 subscribers. And it's like, I need to be okay with that number not increasing for these particular videos. In fact, I need to be okay with that number decreasing, perhaps. And it's hard for me to say that. I took a pause and I'm like, do I want that? And it's like, I don't want that. But that's partly just my ego talking. It's just me. It's a part of me that wants to present myself to the world. I want to be liked. But what I care more about is just the process. It's just me doing this. It's just talking to the camera, talking to myself, and kind of circling around over and over and over again. But the point is I'm excited to keep doing this without anybody watching, as if no one is watching, and just show my dirt. If you look at it, cool. If you don't, all right. Have a great day. Peace.